Hello, I'm Luke Hatfield. You join me and Lewis Cox. We're here at the Montgomery Waters Meadow. Lewis, it's our first of 5 season review videos.
We're going to come back each day.
Exactly, yeah, and I guarantee the weather and our outfits will be exactly the same.
Hopefully we'll remember to change clothes each day.
First one, talking about goalkeepers, Lewis. Bit of a hokey cokey scenario, in out, shake it all about.
Very good.
Yeah, it was very much a case of several goalkeepers going between the sticks, and let's be honest, Sarkic was probably the standout, but he wasn't fit the whole time.
Yeah. The GK was a problem area last season for Town. I think both under Ricketts and Steve Cottrell, in my opinion, and I think others would say as well, the most important position on the pitch. Really, I mean, if you get it right and you've got a good, capable, fit number one all season, you're flying to an extent. It's the base to build from. Obviously, Matej Sarkic came in roughly this time last year on loan from Wolves, having left Villa, I believe. Highly rated by both clubs, I think. Certainly Wolves. I think from how well he did with Shrewsbury this season, has good prospects at Molineux, possibly to be their number 2 next season, maybe a championship loan. Anyway, yeah, he did well when he played. He did really well. Really impressed me with most of the facets of his game, to be honest. Certainly shot stopping, but he was commanding aerially. I think back to the start of the season, actually, the first home game here where fans came against Northampton. I think you were here with me. He rushed out a goal, didn't he, and swiped at a clearance, and Northampton scored, and they won that day. But really, in terms of a big error leading to a goal, that might have been the only one. He was very solid. He kept in up to 10, I think, double figures clean sheets in the league, which is good going considering, really, I think in all competitions he only played something like 26, 27 games. Issue was the injuries, as you touched on. And really, Sam Ricketts was quite unlucky. Within about a month of the season, he had a serious hamstring injury, kept him out till about late November, kept him out actually till Cottrell's first game, which is a bit time, wasn't it? Bit of irony, really. It was Cottrell's first game, and they looked less secure with him in goal, a bit more shaky, a bit more unaware, I think Town would have been a little better off under Ricketts in that struggling first part of the season if Sarkic would have stayed injured. Obviously, as we'll get onto in a sec, he was replaced for the most part by Harry Burgoyne.
Yeah, Harry Burgoyne, of course, another man well known to Wolves.
Shropshire boy.
Of course, local lad, like you say. He came in, let's be honest, hit and miss, I think.
It was, in a way, it was a breakthrough season for Burgoyne, really, who I suppose we have to remember, bar some loan spells, hasn't played consistent senior football.
Dreadful luck with injuries as well previously.
A couple of years ago broke his ankle, didn't he, at Plymouth. Played in Scotland the year before. So he came in obviously under Ricketts, I suppose initially to be a number 2, and that's the position he's proved here since, obviously playing second fiddle to Sarkic. But actually, because of the injury to Sarkic, and Sarkic has another little niggle before the end of the season under Cottrell, and international commitments with Montenegro. I think that's right, Montenegro. Burgoyne actually had to play a lot of games, 20 odd himself, cups and in the league. And he had some wobbly moments early on. The first game of the season in all comps was at Middlesbrough in the League Cup, and it started badly for him. He made a couple of errors for 2 Middlesbrough goals in a 4-3 defeat. He said to us recently, actually, it was a really difficult start for him, that game considered. And some of the league games early on, I think he had a couple of wobbly moments too, and it was probably difficult for him. But I think where he was then to the games he had towards the end of the season, he certainly improved. He came on and grew with the experience, I think, of playing all the games. I think it's quite clear and obvious to say he still has some way to go before he perhaps proves to Cottrell that he can be the number 1, which he'll know, and he spoke to us about Burgoyne. But I think he's a great squad player for Town to have in general, and to call upon if they have to when he'll play in the cup competitions. He'll push he's a very hard worker and committed professional, and whoever the number 1 will be that comes in, that's brought in this summer, Burgoyne will push him all the way, and that's what you want. He's not a young lad. He's a lad that will be wanting to play and push to play. He improved throughout the season. It's a shame, really. He was in goal for the the final few games because of a Sarkic injury and let a bad one in at Crewe. Which was a shame because he'd had a few good games before that and looked like he was really growing. So it was a shame how it ended. But I know he'll be pushing in the off season to be ready to compete with whoever the number one is, and it's a huge signing for the managers to get right. Whether it's another loan, we've seen a lot of loan keepers here over recent years, or they decide to bring in a permanent number one. It's a massive, as I said at the start of this video, a massive deal. And I mean, obviously there's another one we've got to get onto, isn't there? Another loan came in midway through the season, which just sums up what we said at the start, how much of a difficult, maybe problematic position it was for them this season. They of course brought in Dejan Iliev from Arsenal after Sarkic's first injury, about early October. Didn't go well, really. I mean, he came in to replace Sarkic and be that number one for however long it needed to be until January, and then maybe extend it. I think he lasted 3 games, 3-4 games. I think
didn't impress, did he?
No, you were at one of the games we were just saying, weren't you? I think I'm right in saying it was Bristol Rovers at home here where Town lost, and he wasn't great for that winning goal, Brandon Hanlon, I think, for Bristol Rovers. And I remember his debut was I think the win at Wimbledon, the first win of the season, the late Leon Clark winner. And some of his kicking was iffy.
Questionable.
It didn't go well, and obviously that's why he only played 3-4 games, but going got the shirt. So it was a really problematic. You want your number one to be playing 40 odd games, don't you? And the other one to play the cups or whatever. You don't want injuries, let alone Sarkic missing September to December. It was a disaster for Ricketts, unfortunately. They want a better season for their shot stoppers next season, certainly. One of which we can get onto is also on the books.
Yeah, youngster signed up. First pro deal, am I right in saying?
Yeah.
Jaden Bevan. I mean, when we come and we see the goalkeepers warming up, we always see him about.
Yeah, he's been around. Yeah.
Got something about him. Looks like he'll be one for the future.
18-year-old Shrewsbury lad, which is nice. From the town, we did a piece a couple of weeks ago, didn't we? Saying he wants to sort of emulate his idol Joe Hart, which would be a great story. Yeah, I mean, if he has if he has a fraction of the career Joe Hart has had, then he's laughing, isn't he? But local lad, Shrewsbury fan, worked his way up the hard way through the academy, and actually, since Cottrell's appointment around the turn of the year, November, he's actually been in and around first team training. So, Brian Jensen, the keeper coach, and Cottrell as well must have seen something. Aaron Wilbraham too must have seen something in him to bring him up. They wouldn't just make up the numbers. They want someone capable. And obviously he's been on the bench, great experience for him. Yet to make a first team appearance, but got his first deal, like you say, first pro deal. And good luck to him. I mean, whether he probably needs a loan. National League North loan, something like that, just to experience men's football. I think he's been out at Hormond before, but good to see. You always want the academy. Not many were given a pro deal, not many academy lads, so he was one of them. So good to see, and good luck to him. I hope he can make his mark, but obviously the senior keepers that come in are the big one this summer.
Yeah, that's it. So position that maybe needs addressing for Shrewsbury Town. Make sure you tune in tomorrow where we're talking defenders.